But I feel like I've been here before.
Because you will
I watch
see all of our...
all the time.
Honestly, Maeve, you are my friend and I am not happy about this. You are literally...
I appreciate the stand.
I love the DIYs.
I know you do. Would you do any of it?
No.
Not a hope, not a chance.
No.
No. But I love watching it.
Yeah, fair.
I'm like, wow, stick it on.
yeah.
Push us. Love that. Would you do it? No.
Yeah.
Right. I think it's time to get into
Paint
it.
that thing.
Shall we start this podcast, people?
Let's start.
Let's do it. Let's go. Welcome back to The Glow Home, where beauty meets interior, and we throw in a lot of life for good measure too.
I'm Paul Kinsella, interiors fanatic, and this is my gorgeous husband, Mark Rogers.
That's me. Yes, beauty obsessed and permanently stressed. That is me. That is my life. But we have a very, very special guest with us today. She is a fitness guru. She is an entrepreneur. Is there anything you don't do? It is our very good friend, which is the most important part, the lovely Maeve Madden. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Do you remember that time I wrote a book? I was like, get that in. I'm an author.
I forgot you wrote a book.
I know.
Wait,
You wrote a book?
Yeah, what was the premise of the book again?
Beat your bloat.
Beat your bloat.
It was recipes.
2018 special.
It was really good.
Resurface?
It was. No.
Relaunch.
Never again. One hit wonder.
Oh my God, I forgot you wrote a book.
Yeah.
Genuinely, is there anything you have not done? We'll get into this because
we will.
we'll get
Well,
into it.
DIY for one.
I was like
She's not
been on
doing
TV, but then remember I did The Crown.
You did
did The Crown?
I did.
Maeve is in the fucking Crown.
Season 1, episode 6. 2 minutes, like 20 seconds in, 13 second screen time. I made the Daily Mail, just like you.
Yeah, me and Maeve, we love the Daily Mail.
That was the topless
They love
hunk.
us.
Me and Maura Higgins, who I'm seeing next week, because we are doing an event for her and Mac next week. And
I love that.
I'm going to be rekindled with Maura Higgins, who I ended up on the front of the Daily Mail with Maura Higgins. She was putting tan on my body at some event, and basically they named me as, they didn't know my name.
No.
They just called
They
me.
could have done their research. It
could have
wouldn't
done
have
their
been hard
research.
to find.
No.
They called me the partially clothed hunk. And honestly,
I take it.
front of the Daily Mail, partially clothed hunk, life made. I was ready to
That
delete
was
my
in your
Instagram.
bio for a really long
really
time.
long
I think
time. I
it's still
really
is
was.
there.
No,
is
it's
it?
gone. It's gone.
No, it is gone.
Sadly gone. But yes, and who was the first person to send me a screenshot of me being on the Daily Mail?
Me.
Maeve Madden.
Kindred
My Daily
spirits.
Mail days are done now.
Are you done with it?
Yeah, I don't Daily Mail anymore.
Oh,
No, do you?
no.
No.
I don't read a newspaper.
You were looking at me like, oh my God.
I know.
No, but you
Why
loved,
wouldn't
you
you?
loved a Daily Mail though.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I found it was just like so much misinformation.
I know.
Yes,
I don't
we
know
needed
what-
better sources.
Whereas now we take our
Better
source from
sources.
TikTok, which is even worse.
No, it's great. I go down so many holes.
Well,
so do
I have a topic we'll talk
Oh,
later
we're going to
about
talk.
later on.
Yes, we have a lot to discuss. But before we get started, obviously you're a very good friend of ours. How did we meet? How did this happen? I actually don't know.
No idea.
It's a really long
Maybe
time
at
ago
an
though.
event over a decade ago. I have photos of us where we look so young.
We look so
And I'm like,
beautiful.
well, I still
Teeny
look the
tiny
same
babies.
until I look back, and then I'm like, absolutely not. I have aged.
Yeah, I am so sad when I look back at 10 years ago. But also I feel like I've lived a lot of life since then. So it's
Which
not
is
so
good.
bad.
I'm
It
really
is.
happy where I am. I'm really happy where I am.
Oh, I love that for you.
Yeah.
I'm
just
like,
like-
hello, Dr. Zismore. Take me back 10 years. Paul's like, I'm happy where I am. I'm like, all right, pal.
Well, like, yeah.
I mean, come on. So yeah, we met a really long time ago. We've been friends forevermore.
It
And
must have been an event.
I think it was an event.
Something.
Yeah. I think it was, I was trying to get you to come to benefit events.
Probably.
And we met in that world.
God, that was a decade
I was
ago.
And
at
then
that.
you were kind
At
of,
least a decade.
you were kind of like,
I was in London then.
yeah, so like you
So
like
I'd only
just
come
to
back
fly
and
in.
forward.
Yeah.
You'd
Yes.
fly in and then Maeve would be all around. And basically
I
I
used
would
to
have,
make so much effort.
I
No, I won't leave the apartment. People are like, do you want to come to an event? I'm like,
No.
God, that's like 15 minutes away. I used to fly from London to come to events.
did.
God,
And
I was
also,
like
it
on
used to be-
edge.
when you were home, it used to be like we used to have full agenda. We're like, right, we'll do lunch this time.
Yeah.
Then we'll be ready for the event and we'll go.
I'll just send you a voice note.
Yeah.
Now it's just
6
like,
minutes.
hello, here's an update on my life. You actually, You do your own podcasts. They're called voice notes.
Yes, yes, I do. I'm like, sit down, make a cup of tea.
I really enjoy a long voice note.
I love a big voice note.
yeah.
My friend just sent me like a 10-minute on the way over. Couldn't listen though. Andrew was in the car.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sometimes you
couldn't
put
give
it in speed 2. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
he's like, how do you hear? I'm like, so you do.
Yeah. But also, I feel like when you get a good 10-minute, it's good to like save that for a moment when you can really
It is,
cherish
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Amazing. So obviously, you and I have been friends for a long time. Lots has changed.
And I
for
didn't
you.
meet Paul for like ages.
Yeah.
I didn't even know Paul existed.
I know.
Surprise.
I know.
It was
Story
like
of
a
my life.
surprise.
He's like, surprise, there he is.
I don't
You
know
were
when
like
we
my
first.
Andre.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kept him hidden.
Yeah, I
For
don't
a
know
long
when we first met though. I feel it was in the sidecar
No.
where everything starts
Well, and ends.
and
Yeah.
ends. Yeah.
Don't bring it up.
Me and Maeve have had
Maybe
some-
I can
Me and
because
Maeve have
I've
had-
seen the other
no,
side of it.
Me and Maeve had some very good times in the sidecar and some times when it went too far. It just went too
in
far.
the sidecar.
we just went
Sideways.
It just
in this side
yeah,
car.
we won't go there. But obviously, you have been around the world quite
I have.
literally. Lived
Yeah.
in London. You're just back from having lived in Dubai.
Yes.
Well, how long ago? How long are you back now? A year?
6 months.
6
No,
months.
I
That
keep
all?
saying 6 months. May. What month are we in? February. Oh gosh, a long time.
9 months.
9 months.
And
I'm back 9 months.
Dubai,
But still
love,
going back and forward.
hate.
You know, I had a conversation with Andrew literally yesterday. So Andrew, obviously my husband still works over there. So
Yeah.
he travels there all the time. And we're just really struggling to buy a house.
And why?
have you
Because there
tried
are
to buy a
none.
house?
No, yeah, but like, is it because you can't find exactly what you want, or you don't know where you want to situate yourself?
No, we can't find what we want. There's
Okay.
just not very much on the market.
Yeah.
And we just remember that house I was telling you about that was near Mum.
Oh, I do.
And she just came back to us and wants like 20% more
Wow.
than the valuation of the house.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, do you think I'm stupid?
Yeah.
Why would I do that? And that keeps happening.
Yeah.
And like a lot of the houses, 3 of the houses that we bid on and bid more than
Yeah.
what they asked for
Yeah.
are all still on the market.
It's
So
just
like it's so
mad.
weird.
It's
like
so
no one's
crazy.
buying it for what you're
For what
wanting
they
to
want.
get.
No.
But then
And so it's just really, it is. So we're thinking maybe to build a house.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I see you building a house.
Yeah.
So
however.
I'm calling a guy on Monday. This
Okay.
is literally the past few days. We've
Okay,
made all
okay.
these
It's
decisions.
like this.
Breaking news.
Just gonna
Yeah.
call a guy. Hiya.
Just going to
Can you
call
build me a
guy.
house?
Exactly. Exactly.
how
I've
it
got
works.
on to another guy who used to work for my dad and he's going to help sort it out. So we're thinking of doing that. But in the meantime,
Yeah.
I don't know where because I can't afford my rent anymore in Dublin. It's extortionate.
Oh,
so
yeah.
expensive.
It's wild.
And you're in a really
I have
lovely
one
area.
closet, one cupboard, one single unit with 3 drawers.
What I will say is that room
that is
though,
not.
Everything is in storage.
Oh no.
you're like,
I know
like
that's
one of the
first world
housewives.
problems, but I'm like, where's my stuff? And Andrew's like, it's okay, just calm down. So it's very, yeah, it's not what I
that
love
we-
living here, but
Yeah.
I just really need a home. And also it's like I'm 40 and I really want to just have a house.
And be settled.
And be settled. I feel
Yeah.
very unsettled.
Yeah.
It is really hard. Like, I mean, especially when for you, like obviously you lived in London for a long time. Your like mom is up in Nuri,
Yeah.
like, and then like Drew is working in Dubai. So like where, if you were to say like, where do you say your home is? Like, where is your home
Yeah.
currently? Is that a
I'm
big
like, let's say
question?
something juicy. Home is where my heart is.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. I still call like mom's home.
Yeah.
Because that's like the only place that has been like our home.
Yeah.
And constant.
And a constant.
And
Yeah.
Andrew's also spent a good bit of time there as well.
Yes, exactly. Because we've been together 8 years.
Yeah.
So like that I would still
it
be like
only 8
that.
years?
So it's only 8 years. Feels like 80
It
sometimes.
feels like forever. It does.
It's like forever.
It really
It
does.
feels like as long
It
as we're
does.
together, because I feel
Yes.
like as long as I've known you, Andrew's been there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember pre-Andrew.
In my athlete era.
Yeah.
My
when
athlete era.
Maeve
That was iconic.
that
We
little
had a
black
good
book.
time.
Oh,
I was
black
like,
book.
woohoo.
Yeah.
Oh
that
yeah,
one was
okay.
good.
Some
There were
stories are
some
coming back.
international flights were happening. It was juicy.
great.
I'd be
I can
like,
say
Maeve, where
I
are
lived.
you? You did live. Do you know what? You kissed a lot of
And I
frogs. Kissed a lot of frogs until you found our
I
gorgeous
did.
prince.
I know.
We are all very excited to follow along in your journey as to what happens.
And see
in
where we
home,
end up.
where you
Yeah.
God
end up.
knows.
But in the meantime, you have plenty of things going on. So I think it's time to talk a little bit more about Maeve Madden, the entrepreneur, businesswoman
Yeah.
extraordinaire.
And you're like the first person that's called me that. Everyone's always like fitness influencer. I was like, I've done more than that.
Yeah, you have.
You've built a
Of course you have.
business.
Thank you.
You built an
Thank you.
empire.
A very big,
queendom.
very pink empire.
She's gorgeous.
She is
We love
gorgeous.
her.
So obviously tell us, for people who don't know, which I'm sure
Yeah.
everyone does, how dare you if you don't know.
That's
But-
okay though. Welcome.
Welcome. For $4.99 per month, you can
No, it's 17.
17
Or is
is-
it 18? It's euro.
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 I think it's 18.99
Hey,
euro.
so-
So obviously you have Queenstone Quit, you have
do.
QDQ Club.
Yes.
Talk us through.
Or just QDQ. But we had to add the club because
Someone had it.
random had QDQ.
How
what
dare they?
bastards.
Yeah. On Instagram, some
bag of dicks.
Qatari
Bag of
man.
Did you?
Awful.
Did you?
I messaged them.
Oh, did you?
Blocked.
Oh,
Like, for God's sake. You should be able to sue for that kind of thing. Like, that's my, I own that.
Did you
like, give
trademark
to me.
it?
Yeah, of course.
okay.
I hope
Anyway.
I should ask Andrew. Of course we did. Of course we did. Andrew, did we trademark that? When's this airing? It'll be trademarked by then. I'm only joking. 100% it's definitely trademarked. I think.
No, of course it is.
Yeah.
But the question is obviously first came Queenstone Quit.
First Kim Queen's.
And obviously it was kind of a thing that happened kind of
In
organically.
lockdown. Yeah.
Like, how did it happen?
So it happened we went into lockdown.
Yeah.
And I was doing live workouts. I decided I would do live workouts.
Yeah.
I didn't think anyone
Just
was really
for
going
you.
to join in, just for me.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll just do them for the crack. So pre the live workouts,
Yeah.
I was asked, remember Ministry of Sound?
Yes.
Yes. So
Yes.
do you know Batiste hairspray?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hair dry shampoo. Of
course.
Yes.
So they were like, we're doing a big event at Ministry of Sound. Would you create a fun workout for the event? So I was like,
fun.
oh,
Cool.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I shall. So I came up with, I was like, oh, I used to have the Ministry of Sound DVD.
Yeah.
Didn't we all?
We all did. Pump it up.
You got to pump it up,
and
don't you know, pump it up.
The Australian girl, she's like,
Yeah.
get lower.
Yeah.
So you know, there's an Irish person who is one of the workout
No.
people. Yeah.
Can we-
It's an off camera discussion.
Oh.
It's an
Oh,
off-camera
really?
discussion. Yeah,
It's
because it did not.
scandaloso.
Yeah, because it's not ended well. I'll fill you in.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Everybody wants to know. The
Yeah, I
listeners are
know.
like sliding into everyone's
I know.
DMs. So
Slide
fill us
into
in.
the DMs, people. Do you want a
That's
full
crazy.
episode?
So anyway, I had that. I was like, oh, I'll create something like that with like similar vibey music.
Yeah.
And that DVD is also still available on the YouTube.
Oh, on
There
the
you go.
YouTube.
Yeah, it's on
There you go.
YouTube.
Forever to hold us to account.
Forever. I know, it's so
Yeah.
good. Anyway, so created this workout, did it at the event. It went down a storm. Yay.
Is this like? Did we have like?
This is pre-lockdown.
And this
It's
is
like
the first-
January,
But
I
were
think.
any of your songs that are like iconic to Queenstone Quit part of that setup?
That was the whole thing.
Okay.
So,
okay.
So it was a
Venga
45-minute
Boys,
routine. It was Venga
Boys,
Boys. It was
Hero,
Shania.
Shania
Twain.
It was the whole thing. Not Hero. The Waka.
Oh yeah.
Pump
Honestly.
It Up. So it was like all the OG songs that we used.
yeah.
So then we went into lockdown and I was like, I have this super fun workout.
Yeah.
Everybody should do it because it's like so funny. And I know that I'm also going to be absolutely hanging every single morning.
Yeah.
But we can do this and jump around the room.
Yeah.
Also, my outfit choices, very questionable.
Really?
Yeah, I will show you.
We evolve. It's okay.
It's really horrendous. I look back and I'm like, one, I don't look fit at all. Maybe
Really?
that's why people joined in. 'Cause
Stop.
I swear
You
to
have
God, I'm
always been
watching
fit
it
and
and I'm like,
fabulous.
this is wild. And two, the outfits were rather just like, I think because it was lockdown.
Did you look back at your outfits and then be like, okay, that is not acceptable. I'm going to have to create a whole new
I think it
range of
was.
range.
I think is why
That
this
is why.
has been established.
Yeah.
So we did the workouts during lockdown and then like it really hit it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And loads of people joined in. And
Yeah.
then I believe you joined in also.
We
did.
did.
Of course we did.
Plenty of times. And
Yes.
also what I do think about Queenstone Quit, that was different and made it all kind of special is it wasn't just people coming for a workout. People came as part of like a community. Like
it was like the crowd.
very engaged very
Yes.
quickly,
Yeah.
which has remained to this day, which I think is wild.
And you see it at your
Yes.
events.
Yes.
How engaged and how fun people are.
But I
and
think
open
it is
to
fun,
No,
and I
it's
think that
crazy.
people really like enjoy it. But a lot of people, everyone was going through a really hard time.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
And it was like, I think it was just different because of what I created like that it was all to music and it was all like super fun
Yeah.
and that everybody could do it.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't like we weren't
You have to
throwing
have
weights around and like, anybody could join in.
Yeah.
And I think that's why people really loved it. And then they were doing it with their friends. And then they
Yeah.
were doing it with like, like the Irish are like everywhere. So it would be like, joining with their friends in like New York or wherever they're, Australia, wherever.
Crazy.
So so then it was like, that's why it became a whole thing. And from that, then we wanted to develop an app.
Yeah.
And that failed
Okay.
majorly before the current app.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I was like, there is an app.
There
right?
is an app
Yeah,
now,
yeah, yeah.
but it wasn't a smooth
I remember this.
sailing.
I
Do you
remember this.
remember?
I
And
remember this.
what happened?
Just didn't work.
It just didn't work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just didn't work.
It just didn't work. And it's really like, I think that people always see like the best of things.
Yeah,
They don't
yeah,
see like
yeah,
all
yeah.
the work that goes in.
Yeah.
And so anyway, we created a website first because that's all I could afford.
Yeah.
And apps are really expensive. So basically it's like,
development.
shall
Yeah.
we buy a house or shall we build an app?
Okay. Oh, wow.
And I'm like, it's my money.
Let's build an app.
We will build an app. Andrew's like, goody.
He's like,
I love that
we
for
have
us.
nowhere to live, but
Yes.
let's build an app.
Let's build
do
an
that.
app. I'm like, it'll work. I had great faith. And I remember I actually still have the recording of like when people are signing up, and like 100 people signed up. And I was like ecstatic. I couldn't believe it. And then it was like 200, and then it went to like 5. And then it kind of grew and grew and grew.
Yeah.
And yes, so then after we raised enough money through people being subscribed through the website, I then was like, oh, we'll use that money and we'll build the app.
Okay.
Amazing.
And the first app obviously failed, but that was okay. But you know what? I think because I had such a, and I still do, like I have like such a close bond with all of the girls on Queens Don't Quit. And everyone was like everyone's very supportive and like super encouraging. And when you're just honest with people,
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
we got majorly effed over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry. And they were like, don't worry.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
And they're
that I-
going to get them for you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll do it together. And then obviously we invested more of into the app that we currently have. And now we're going to build a new app.
Oh,
Great.
wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
and spend more
So the
money. 'cause
house
I
is
don't have a
never
house.
coming. The house is never coming.
Never coming.
But she'll have 3 apps.
Yeah.
She'll have 3 apps,
And
no
I
house.
think it is really important though, because like there's so much competition out there and you have to keep up with like
I know.
all
You
the
have to
trends
be
and-
evolving.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You'll become
It's
the old
very
lady who lived in her shoe.
Yes.
Oh, you do have lovely shoes.
I do
love
have
your
lovely
lovely
shoes,
shoes.
so that'll work.
Yeah. Not today.
No, it's
That's
still,
okay.
it's still
Sporty
beautiful.
You don't think you can
I do
see?
think it's really interesting that, like, obviously, the big thing that I notice with Queens Don't Quit when we see any of like your group together at like your events or your fitness events is how engaged they are, how
You do it.
connected.
They all know you as
I know
well.
because I get to host some of your
You
lovely
do.
events.
We love that.
And honestly, the connection that you have with them, and like you said, the honesty, the transparency you have with them to be like, the app failed. The app failed. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people are too proud to be able to say, like,
Yeah.
I tried to do this thing and it didn't work. And I actually think it's that like transparency that actually like makes people really engaged with you.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you come on some
Yeah.
mornings doing your workouts and you're like, girls.
Well, it's really hard, but like I
Yeah.
don't know any other apps where people are still doing live workouts.
Yeah, it's
And
all
like not every
recorded.
day you want to wake up and do a live. Like it's a huge. It's been a huge
major
life
commitment.
commitment,
Yeah, of course
from
it is.
me and
Yeah.
also from Andrew. Like
Yeah.
Andrew has to support this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
He has to.
I know.
He has no
does.
choice.
He's my husband. A divorce would be too expensive.
No money, all in the app.
You can have a third of the app in the settlement. That's all you get. Yeah, you get the third. That's it.
10%. off. I hope he doesn't listen to this. He
sorry, Andrew.
never listens to the podcast.
He'll be fine. He'll be
better.
fine. He'll be fine.
He better get those views up.
Fuse up.
So then obviously it makes like this, or I just think like the progression of everything for you is like makes so much sense in the sense that like it started organically with the workouts, then came like Queens Don't Quit, then the app for Queens Don't Quit.
Yeah.
And now you're giving people the beautiful clothing
Yeah.
to wear while doing their workouts. How cool is that?
We actually pre-lockdown, pre-COVID. So in 2019, I decided I was going to do a clothing line.
I remember this.
Do you remember?
I remember.
So horrendous.
Was it?
Oh my God, I look back now, I was like, what are those colors? What was I thinking? But anyway, and I'm so glad that that failed. So
No, you just never went into production.
yeah, because we were doing it with, so someone asked us to do it with them.
Okay.
So
okay.
thank God that I failed.
Yeah.
And we
Fair.
said, I mean, I could
'Cause you
possibly
didn't
be
have-
extremely rich though, because if we would have gone into lockdown, everybody would have been like,
Oh
Yeah.
buy all
Oh,
the
buy all the
yeah.
clothes.
Yeah.
But at the same
but
time,
no, they wouldn't, because
but you were doing
Were
it
they
with
really bad?
someone,
we were doing it with
and
someone.
therefore you don't. Sorry, I'm
Then
like
they
I've got a
just kind
floating
of
glass.
like ghosted us.
But it's you wouldn't have had full control over. You have one over there, by
I
the
do,
way.
I can
Yeah. Yeah.
They're really lovely glasses.
They
Let me
are
just
lovely.
say.
I was just thinking, they're
These
very
are
nice.
our good friends, Lise Potter Dixon.
Yeah.
These they're
I
margarita.
love
They're
her.
margarita.
They're margarita glasses.
Glasses.
I was thinking,
And they come with a
something in there.
They come with a thing that you can do a
Oh, that
tahini
is
rim.
nice.
Tahini rim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really cute. We love them.
Hand blown.
We love it.
Oh, dirty.
We love a salty one.
But yes, if you had a going right back, if you had done with that person, you wouldn't have had full control, and it
and it
wouldn't
was
have been the
called
quality.
Maisie Daisy.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh my.
Yeah, because that was my nickname at home. My parents called me that.
You were going
Yeah,
to
I
have a
was gonna
clothing
call
range.
it
Like an
called
MSN
Daisy.
name.
Missy Jessie.
It is like an MSN name.
It is.
Wow.
So we're so glad that failed.
Your credibility would have been.
That's
oh.
why it failed.
I love how I was like, I really want to get Maeve on. She can talk about just how amazing and successful she is. That failed,
Yeah.
and then that failed, and then
Maisie Daisy.
But you have to feel it all the time.
Yeah, of
I
course
love
you do.
feeling.
I fail
Yeah.
all the time.
I think feeling is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always say to the girls, like on the Queenstone Quest, I'm always like, we have to feel all the time. Otherwise, like one, like winning then doesn't feel so good.
Yeah.
And then also you can't push yourself. To
Yeah.
like,
True.
you don't
Yeah.
learn anything
Yeah.
if you don't feel.
Yeah.
So that failed.
Yeah.
And then we did, it's been a really long time with the clothing.
It's hard to do.
There's a lot of
Product
feels.
business is so much harder, isn't
A
it?
lot of feels with the clothing.
Yeah.
But I feel like now so it's been like I think it's 2 years.
Yeah.
It will be 2
I love
years
this
in
era.
May, but we just in June. So it took a year to do our first launch.
Yeah.
And now it'll be like a year
Yeah.
since then in June.
So what you're wearing today is the Merlot set.
It's the Merlot.
and then there's also
set.
the espresso.
Espresso.
I'm like espresso. I was about to say Nespresso.
Yeah,
Definitely
no.
not that.
No.
Definitely not that.
Espresso. And then we have a new one coming next month. It's blue. It's gorgeous.
Oh.
It's called
What kind of blue?
Imperial Blue.
Is it like,
Like a
your.
It's like a navy, but it's kind of
Oh.
like
Yes.
it's like a darker than this.
Okay.
It's really gorgeous.
Okay.
And then we
Obsessed
have
with
a
this.
summer collection coming. But the team is really growing, so that's super
Okay.
exciting.
Yeah,
good.
So
yeah,
we're like
yeah.
really growing, and most of the team are all based in London.
London.
So I'm actually
Okay.
flying to London tomorrow
Oh.
for meetings.
Business
Who
bitch.
am I?
Don't you stay there
Business
too
bitch.
long. Don't you stay
Okay.
there too long.
No, we're
Please.
going out for like one day.
A question from my trainer: is the black coming back? She loves the black.
What black?
You did
I
black
had black
leggings.
leggings.
Yeah,
Oh.
she
Yes,
loves them.
we are doing. That's next month.
Yeah,
We're doing black, and then
she tells
Question
me her
from caller.
fangirling. No, from Catherine. Catherine loves you. Yeah.
Oh, hi,
And,
Catherine.
Yeah, she
Thanks for-
actually
you better
tells me
listen.
more about you than I know from watching your social media because she watches you day in day out. Anyway,
love
And you
that.
don't watch my day
We
and day
do,
out?
but
No,
like,
I
how
don't
rude.
watch you guys day and
How
day.
rude.
Oh, thank you.
That's okay.
How dare you?
I'm so
There will
busy.
be a
I'm
pop
busy
quiz
feeling.
next time I see you. There'll be a pop quiz. I'm like, pop quiz. Okay, we're going to do our next section, which is my favorite section of the podcast, which is called Glow Up or Blow Up. Okay.
Blow up or blow
And
up.
basically,
Well, we've heard a lot of blow ups.
we have. And basically, the idea is that we talk about something that is happening in the world right now or are happening on social media. And we are like, do we stan it?
Oh, okay.
And like, we think it's like glow up, we love it. Or
Okay.
do we hate it, blow it up, get rid of it?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so first and foremost, Oh, there's actually quite a few.
Oh, good.
Do you want to do your one first?
Okay, yes,
Okay.
I do. Because we've chatted quite a bit about the Diddy scandal.
Oh, we have. Nothing's happening right now. It's very boring.
Have you heard, though, the thing with the LA fires?
Yes.
So for anyone who doesn't know, apparently there is
Now,
rumors
Paul,
going.
are you starting what are they called? Conspiracy theories.
There's two. I went down a deep dark hole on TikTok.
deep dark hole.
Conspiracies. So there's
That
two things.
factual site that we all go to. That factual app.
One is debunked. One is completely debunked in that there was his house was up in flames and part of the LA fires, but it was actually a mansion in 2004. But
That he owned?
that he owned. But the other one that I've heard is more
All the baby oil.
baby oil and lube.
What actually started the LA fires? B. Diddy's baby oil.
But actually, it's more around the people who are associated with it and their homes going up.
So it's like a
Okay,
protection
like,
thing,
hey.
like they burn their house to the ground so no one finds the evidence that they're
Yes.
Good
No,
job.
I don't want to say because there's some very big names that people are throwing around
Yeah,
left,
let's
right,
not-
and
Do
centre.
like a rhyming.
Can I? No,
Like
can I
a
also
rhyme
say?
song.
because
We
I
have
am.
we've just started this podcast. Can we not get it shut down?
Yeah, we're
in
not
like
getting shut
episode
down.
2.
But basically, they're saying that it was started by somebody as well in certain areas to get rid of evidence.
Whose houses did go on fire?
That's the question, isn't it?
Paris Hilton's is gone.
I know.
I know.
Poor Paris.
No,
but it
it
was
was-
her beach house.
Yeah, it was fine.
That's what I loved. She's like, my house is gone. I was like,
One
oh,
of
poor
my
Paris.
memories.
And then she was like, it's my beach house. And I was like, wait.
Oh, go away.
It's just one of the 10,000 houses that you have. Yeah.
And she was like, we're all going to have to go and stay in the hotel.
I do feel very sorry for Heidi and Spencer. Well, I feel sorry for them, but I also feel like they're leading into
revival.
it.
Yeah,
They've had a
they're gonna be
revival.
fine.
They did. Good for them.
Did
Yeah.
you see the TikTok of Spencer? They went to their burnt down house. Did you see this?
No.
And he's like, we just want to see if anything survived from our safe, our vault that was in the house.
God.
So they find the vault and you think it's an actual real thing where he's like, oh, we're going to try and like our treasure gifts. And he pulls out a t-shirt that is Heidi's album cover. And is like, and he plays the song. No, he's literally just promoting the album again. I'm like, all right,
They make
hi,
some money. Do you think
Spencer,
they
come
made a
down.
lot of money in the day? Probably.
Not that
I
much.
would say they
like-
did.
Yeah, I would have said.
It has
back
to be
in the
so
day,
many
like-
streams
Yeah.
to make money, right?
But that's streams now. Like,
I don't know.
this is. Anyway.
Anyway.
Do we think it's a glow up or a blow up? Do we think it's factual and true?
No, I can't. I
No.
can't use the word glow up on anything associated with Diddy or Diddy adjacent. It's all
It's
a blow up.
Okay.
I agree.
It's
a blow
all a
up.
blow
I
up.
think it's a blow up.
Yes.
Get rid.
Yeah.
Get
But do you
rid
think
for
it's
sure.
true?
No.
You don't think that some of
I
the
don't
fires
think that
were
the
started?
fires were started because of Diddy.
No. I don't know.
No, I think it's just a
No.
fire, guys. I think we're trying hard now to
I
make
think so.
connections. I think it's.
I think
let's
it was
stay
just
calm.
Mother Nature.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on fitness influencers? Are they a glow up or are they a blow up?
You don't have to name names.
Because like there's a lot, like I am obsessed now with like for example, nutritionists who like go after like influencers, like fitness influencers who will be like, oh, you can wear, there's this one particular girl who makes all these TikToks all the time. She's an Irish girl and she makes all these
Okay.
TikToks. And basically there's someone who now goes and reviews every single one that she does. Because she's like, this is 0 calories. This is 0 calories. And he's like,
That is
it
not
can't,
true.
it can't be 0
think I know who
calories.
you're
You're
talking
consuming.
about.
It can't be 0 calories.
Yeah.
So like, do you think like the fitness influencer world has like gotten to a place where it's like,
I feel like there's different types
Okay.
of influencers.
Tell us
And
more.
I feel like with fitness, like myself, like I try and just keep it like the majority of it fitness, and then I'll share some recipes that I like. And I don't
Yeah.
try and go into too much detail of the nutritional aspect, even
Yeah.
though I've obviously done nutritional courses and
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Do I have a degree? No. Am I a doctor in that?
Yeah.
No. Like even the dietitians, the dietitian is like a higher version of a nutritionist who will come after nutritionists.
Okay.
Because
it's
they're
just an
like,
endless cycle.
but
isn't
also,
it?
I also feel like with nutrition, it's like government guidelines.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
well, who's funding the government? Like, why are they telling us to eat certain things? And a
'Cause
lot of
isn't
people
there-
like sit on the fence.
Isn't
and
there
stuff
the
like
thing
that.
with like back in the day we used to have the triangle and now they've
Yes.
changed the triangle because actually it's like they're like it actually benefits them and farming and all this kind of stuff.
Exactly.
So no one's being real.
So
No
I think
one
it's
is
really
being
hard.
real.
But you have like fitness influencers, and then you have like health and fitness influencers. So the ones who are like predominantly around like food and like calories and weight loss and stuff like that. And a lot of them I don't like or agree with. And I feel like a lot of them just do it for, is the word clout?
Clickbait. Clout or
Clickbait.
clout
Yeah.
or clickbait.
Like they just
we were talking
say
about this
a
one
lot of
last
stuff
week.
that's like
Yeah.
not actually beneficial to anyone.
We just did a bonus episode.
Right.
Our last episode was about the real influencer. You know, the person who's like, I'm going to tell you the real deal. And
Yeah.
it's all clickbaity and
Yes.
cloudy and really annoying.
And they gain like, you know, loads and loads of followers and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I'm just like I just don't like that.
No, I don't
And
either.
like with work, people that like the kind of like team that we have, they were like, oh, you should do that. And I'm like, but that's not me.
Yeah.
Like that's, I don't want to be
Yeah.
like, do these three
Yeah.
things. Are you eating
Yeah.
this?
And
Like,
I hate
blah.
those. I hate those ones that are like, lose fat. And then they go into a spiel about something completely different.
Okay, so we're blowing all them up.
Yeah.
So that
So
we're not
we're
being
blowing
complete
all them
negative
up.
energy. What
But
are we
some
loving?
Are great,
What are we loving?
Like me. Wonderful. Wonderful. But there are
We're
some.
blowing up Maeve Madden,
So,
guys.
yes, blowing up. But there are some who are like, who are very, and like, who are great. And I like that I follow and that I love to follow.
Is there anyone that you would say, okay, I think this person's a really good content creator, fitness person, someone that you admire or like? No.
Silence, crickets.
I'm trying to think. You put me on the spot, and I'm
I
like,
know. I'm
who
sorry.
do
If someone was to
enjoy
ask me that
Yeah.
question, I would find it really hard as
You'd
well.
be
I'm
like,
like, I don't know who is creating really good content that I'm actually like really obsessed with at the moment. Like, I don't know that I know the answer to that right now. I'd have to really think about it.
I really love this girl who does Pilates with weights, and she's
Okay.
very much like, you can't get my body unless you like do the weight training as
Yeah.
well as the Pilates.
Okay,
and like,
good.
eat,
Very,
like, this is like eat all these whole foods. I really hate the girls. I would love to blow up the girls who do the like, you know, the like crappy food, like the ultra processed food, desserts and stuff.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
eat this whole cheesecake for 5 calories and then like eat it and it's all over their titties. And I'm like, I don't know what that is, but I don't want to eat that cheesecake. There are people who do that.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
I know
what
who
is
you're
that?
talking about as well.
And
It's
can
like
I also say,
OnlyFans
Yeah.
for,
Yeah.
I don't know,
but
dirty
do you know,
food.
No, do you
Yeah.
know what it is? It's
Or like
actually
beige pages.
it's them
Yeah.
And
actually.
like, stop wanting to eat junk food.
we're gonna-
Just
Yeah.
eat healthy food.
We're going to talk about this in our bonus
Yeah.
episode in just a second.
Yeah.
But what I will say is that what they're doing is they're trying to actually excuse the fact that they're just trying to be sexy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like, no, what I'm talking about is the food. Why am I literally looking at your boobicles
Why
for
is
the
your
entire
nipple out?
thing?
Like,
Why
put your
can I see
nipple
your
away.
nipple?
It's like trashy Nigella Lawson.
Yes. Oh, we
Like,
love the
we love
microwave.
it.
I mean, bring back the microwave.
We love Nigella.
Okay, so sorry.
At least she does
What are we
gorgeous
loving? I was trying to get us to a
We're
positive
loving
part.
Pilates with weight training.
Pilates. People
and
who are
weight
just
training.
transparent and open.
People, but also who just like stay in their like
in their lane.
kind of like to what they know. Like,
Yeah.
you know, if
Yeah.
you're a personal trainer and you want to like
Yeah.
promote fitness, great.
Yeah.
But like, I'd like to blow up the ultra processed foods and trying to make excuses for it being healthy. And
I'll tell you who I would like to glow up. Your lovely friend Steph, who I think creates the most beautiful content and also is very open
Steph
about it.
Ellsworth.
Yeah,
Oh, we love her. She's
Because-
due her baby so soon.
I know.
I know.
But I just
and her
feel like
very gorgeous runner of a
so
boyfriend,
beautiful.
Oh, is he beautiful?
Lewis.
Yeah,
so
it's very
lovely.
beautiful. But I also think that like she really tells her story. She is sober, and she like is really transparent and open about her story and how it all happened and how it all came to be. What are you laughing at?
What are you laughing at?
Like she is sober, and I remember having one of my like drunkest nights with she is sober now. This was before, but sometimes I'm like, it's not my fault.
Did you do it?
Am I the reason
I'm actually thinking.
Am I a drama?
You know, like she shows all those videos from back when she was partying. I'm like, are you in those?
No, I
Are you the person?
No, I am not.
Well, I really love her.
But we have great fun together.
She
like,
is
a hoot.
She is a perfect example that you do not need to drink, and you can have a good time.
But we do.
Like to drink. But we do like to drink. Like,
we
that's
do
not
love
like.
the drinks.
Yeah, we do. Okay, so any other glow-ups or blow-ups from you, Paul?
I just want to know, is there anything on social media that you have an ick for?
Well, the titty desserts.
Well, titty desserts outside of titty
like
desserts.
a personal ick. My personal ick right now is, why does it keep changing?
I
feel like
make
we
up
get
your
into
mind.
like a rhythm,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, oh, this is really working, and then like, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Or that's not like a thing anymore. And it's like, why is it just I don't have time to keep up with these changes.
Yeah.
Like it's
You've
just
got businesses going on.
We've got a lot of business. And
You're
I actually
busy.
don't post as much anymore on social. So then I'm like, why aren't I growing?
But you were at a
I
stage.
posted twice this month.
Yeah. But you were at a stage nearly every single day, like posting content.
Yeah, you were
flat
posty.
out.
Yeah, it's so much effort, especially when I do like recipes or anything like that. Like it takes hours to create that content.
Yeah.
On top of work as well. Yeah.
I find it hilarious that because you're so good with stories. You could come on to top
I
stories.
could do stories all day
400
long.
stories.
Yeah.
And then you'll come on and you'll be like, guys, I haven't posted for 6 weeks. And you're just like, sorry guys, I can't do it. Can't do it.
I know. Sometimes I think I should just put the stories on the
grid.
But I feel like Instagram, I don't know, is it moving away from being so curated?
Yeah.
For sure.
We are like seeing that change.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And
Which
it's weird
is nice.
because we met with TikTok last week. TikTok are trying to get closer to a nicer aesthetic, and Instagram are trying to get closer
I'm
to
not
like
surprised. I go on there sometimes and I'm like, who and how and why?
Yeah, there's
It's a
some
hole
really,
sometimes.
There's really terrifying things happening. Well, I think that was. I mean, I think Blow Up and Globe is still going to remain my favorite section of the show forevermore.
Is there
and
any
I can't
more?
wait.
Do you have any?
No, that's it for you because I'm afraid you're gonna lose your mind. But the last thing I wanted to talk about before we close up today is we share a very similar situation in the sense that we both have to work with our husbands at different times. And that can be
A challenge.
No.
it really can.
It works in perfect harmony for me.
Does it?
Really?
You're like, no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I could kill him. I'm like, get out. We actually, so when we're on Zooms, people are like, oh, are you not together? And I'm just like,
Yep, we are.
no, we are. But like, he works in a totally separate area.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're like not in the same.
Yeah.
He has to leave the apartment.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So I
have
work
to,
from the apartment
Yeah.
and then he works from somewhere else.
Yeah.
I have to leave the house.
But you like it as part of your routine, though.
Yeah, that's what I tell you.
He does. Mark likes it as part of his routine. He likes to run into town, go to the gym, get his coffee, go to the office. That's his part of his.
It is.
Because when he
I would
didn't-
love to have an office. I actually I don't really enjoy working from home anymore.
Yeah.
But I think that's because it's not my home.
Yeah.
Oh, and also I just think, I don't think it's really good. Like Paul works from home 90% of the
If
time.
I could be a hermit and never
Yeah.
leave this house, I would.
So weird.
Yeah.
We're so...
I do have some days though where I don't like.
Yeah.
That's why the dog has been great.
Yeah.
Because I actually
Gets
have
out.
to get out and walk him every day.
Paul, it's weird because one of the biggest challenges for us in like working together and
Choose
creating
your words
content together
carefully.
is that we are very different. Paul would happily stay in this house for all eternity and not move.
Well, we pay enough
So
for
you were
it,
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were Andrew.
I'm like, I want to go
Andrew likes to get
out for
up and
dinner.
out and-
I want to go
yeah.
out. I want to meet some people. I want to have like social interaction.
Off you go.
Like, no.
Me too. Like,
Paul's like,
bye
bye.
now.
Bye. And I'm
Bye-bye.
like, so it just means that
I'm like constantly cancelling plans.
we can't
When
work
the plans
together.
come round, I'm like, what?
Oh my God, we can't do
We
it.
have to leave the house.
No. Well, I don't feel like that ever. I'm like, yay, we're leaving the house, thank God. But we can't live in the house together. Or we
I think you'll find we do.
we do just before the rumor mill starts, we do live in the same house. We can't work in the house together.
No, we can't.
Because it's just too traumatic.
Yeah.
And when we have to create content together all the time.
Yeah, so you do that.
That is tough.
It
That is hard.
When I say if people saw what happens behind the camera, it's like, yay, we're so in love, kissy kissy, and then it'll shut and be like, what are you doing?
Yeah. We should actually do
But you
behind
do
the
a lot
scenes.
of like intricate routines.
Yeah. I get beaten during
Murder.
those. Yeah.
Murder.
I can
Murder.
imagine.
Yeah.
What about you and Drew? What's your kind of dynamic like working together?
So we don't work together every day because he
okay.
has his own businesses.
Yeah.
So he helps with Queens Don't Quit and with QDQ, but
Yeah.
I do run the majority of those.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I quite like having him on as like a second set of
eyes.
ears.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
ears.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
that is nice. And also like dealing with, for example, like we make our clothes in Istanbul.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And dealing with the factories and stuff.
Yeah.
I just rather that he do it. One,
Yeah.
because I'm very blunt and get very frustrated.
Okay. Okay.
Where he is a much nicer way of going about things.
Okay.
So you know his
I'm a
strengths,
little
know
bit
your
pressed.
strengths.
Yes,
Yeah.
Play
exactly.
to them.
But working whenever we're like in the house together drives me crazy. Like even when he comes home for lunch, I'm like, why are you here? He's like, I have to eat. I'm like, 10 minutes. You have 10 minutes.
Eat
I
and
can
get
hear
out.
you. And he also types wrong. I hit like, so I learned how to type properly in school
Okay,
like this.
okay, yeah,
where
yeah.
Andrew types like this.
One finger types.
So I'm like, the rhythm isn't correct in the keys.
Oh.
This is my mind.
Okay, that's when
I
you
have a special
know
mind.
when you know
So
it's time
I
for you
can
guys not to
hear
work together.
A wrong rhythm, and then
Yeah.
it's like, oh my god, he's driving me
Okay.
crazy.
Yeah.
So that's why we work separately.
Okay, cool.
But it is nice working together.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
But- and he started-
It's hard though. It is
Yeah,
hard.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it is.
And let's go back to the start briefly. He did start as your manager, right?
Yes, he did.
He did.
That's how you
Yeah.
met.
That is how we met. Yeah.
And how was that? How was that?
When we worked together. Well, before we got together. So by the end of the year of him being my manager,
Yeah.
I was going to leave because I
Oh.
obviously really fancied him.
Okay.
And the relationship came where I was almost treating him like my boyfriend, making him do things for me.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
why haven't you done this? And calling him. And it'd be like, so it kind of got to that stage.
It was like, you're going to have to become my boyfriend or else it's not going to work.
Or I'm gone. So he's like, oh, fuck it. Now we're married.
Right, we're marrying her.
That's how you get married.
Oh, that's how you get married.
Exactly. But that was, then it didn't really work so well. You know what? I never enjoyed that part of being on social media.
Yeah, okay.
Like I've
Like
never
paid
enjoyed
partnership
paid
thing.
partnerships
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
like, I think I did one last year. I did one last year that we just posted this year.
Your
I saw
rituals
it.
one was gorgeous.
Rituals
I loved
is
your
lovely.
Oh,
rituals
the
one.
rituals one. So
Yeah.
that.
Oh, sorry.
The filming of that. I think I might have messaged you about that.
I thought
So
it was
our
beautiful.
Christmas holiday.
Yeah.
And I love, you have the rituals here. Like rituals is
We love
gorgeous.
rituals,
We,
yeah.
like we actually do use it in the house all the time. But Andrew was to film my rituals, but he also had and his annual lunch with his friends.
Oh.
So her videographer was
He was my
drunk.
videographer.
Oh.
And so he got back very late. So it was actually like at 10 o'clock at night. I think I was filming that.
Yeah.
So I filmed like the majority of it by myself, but the running through the hotel.
Yeah.
I think that's why there's no smiling to camera. It's a lot of the back of my head.
Oh my God.
Because I was so
need
angry.
to go and
It's like-
watch that again now with that context.
Like the glaring.
But that's the thing. People don't know. Like behind the scenes, like that.
Yeah,
we're
I'm like
killing
walking
each
down the
other.
stairs. But also it was like Christmas
Yeah.
and I'm in this hotel and everybody's coming in. I'm like, you're in my way.
Get out.
This is my set. This 5-star luxury
This is
hotel.
this is supposed
And
to
they
be a
were
closed
like,
set.
what are you doing?
What
I
are
was
you-
like, I'll just be 5 minutes.
At 10 o'clock running around a hotel.
Yes, running around the hotel on the mouth of Christmas, like
With your drunk
19th
husband
of-
following
with
you.
my drunk husband, who I'm not talking to.
Oh, brilliant.
Like, hold the candles.
Brilliant. Oh
what
my
you-
God.
Then I lit them. They were like, "Are you burning candles in the room?" I was like, "No,
No.
why?"
How dare you?
Like, you're not allowed to light candles in the
The
room.
Set
smell
off the
in the
fire
room.
alarm.
Yes.
But it was a beautiful ad.
was beautiful.
Yeah, but you don't really
It
enjoy the
was.
paid partnership thing at all.
No, I don't, and I never have because I actually used to like really hate
It is,
doing
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And also, I think it's because like you do get, like, obviously we all know, like
Yeah.
you get, like, it's very restrictive,
Yes. Yeah.
which I don't enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like on a time
Yeah.
thing. And then when I'm running like Queens Don't Quit and I'm doing all those live classes, doing all of that and
Yeah.
QDQ, so you just don't have time now.
It's the time.
It is really
I don't
hard.
even have time to post.
I know. Yeah, well, yeah.
We're
Well,
supposed to do a
absolutely.
Valentine's Day post, and I'm like, can I do it today? Valentine's Day has passed. Well, I'm supposed to do this giveaway, and I'm like, should I post that today?
Like, can't, sorry.
Yeah,
No, you can't.
for a QDQ club.
Happy Sunday. Happy
I need
Sunday
a
giveaway.
Happy Sunday
Make
giveaway.
QDQ Love Day. Your own day.
Yeah.
What's a
no,
weekend of love?
Do you know what to do? There's International Kindness Days coming up. Do it for that.
Cute.
You'd think my marketing team would be on that. No. Fire. She's all fired.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry, guys. You've just been fired. Well, Meg, we have absolutely loved having you.
Thank you.
There is one thing that I did want to talk about, but I just didn't get a chance to.
Oh, what was it?
And I was supposed to say it right at the very top when we were speaking about your like
Empire?
business empire starting, that we forgot to mention that another thing we have in common with Maeve is she also was a dancer.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm going there.
No.
I'm going there. No, I'm not going to make you do a hard shoe piece.
No, don't worry. Oh, hang on. I have the shoes.
And the socks. And the socks.
Socks.
So-
Get a cassette tape.
Maeve
Rewind that.
was on Celtic Tiger,
Yeah.
the Michael Flatley show, and she was one of the Celtic Kittens. If you were to explain Celtic Kittens as a show, how would you explain it?
Celtic Tiger.
Celtic Tiger, sorry.
I think it was his best show. Like, I loved that show.
I loved that show.
It was a great show.
Really good show.
So it was about like the journey from Ireland to America. It was about
America,
America, yeah, like the famine and stuff.
yeah.
But the songs in it was amazing.
Yeah.
You know what? It was a really amazing experience. I'm really grateful.
Can I tell you? I think Celtic Tiger
It should make a comeback.
is
I've
basically
been looking for the DVD. actually.
Lord of the Dance, but more modern and pure sexy.
It's
Oh, very sexy.
So
It is
sexy.
sexy.
Like
Yeah.
the girls.
Remember the girl and they rip off her clothes?
Yeah.
Pirates.
Do I remember? It was my favorite part of the
First
show.
reveal ever.
Yeah,
Let's go.
and she's wearing an American flag
Yeah.
bikini.
Yes. Yeah.
She was so gorgeous.
She was so gorgeous.
She was beautiful.
And Maeve came in for the Celtic Kittens number, and they would crawl in like
Yeah.
cats.
There was like lots of
It was
Yeah.
and then we did Yankee Doodle
YouTube it.
Dandy.
Yeah.
You did do Yankee.
Yes. I'm a Yankee
Doodle
Doodle Dandy.
Dandy.
It's a bit trumpy.
I
gosh.
honestly feel like
It's very like patriotic.
I mean, I know you've had lots of things happen and you've had
Yes.
lots of successes, but for me, you in a bra top on stage with Michael Flatley, I think
Yeah.
is your
Yeah.
career highlight.
that
in my
is
personal appearance.
of that decade of my life.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
Love
of my
it.
20s.
it's
That was
definitely, I think it's
probably
iconic.
A career highlight then. Of my 30s would be like, oh, what will my 40s bring? Who knows?
Who
We
knows?
do
Stay
laugh
tuned.
because obviously this thing that where Maeve dances, and we get it all the time when someone mentions like, oh, you're a dancer, the first thing they do is be like, get up and do a dance.
Go up and
it's
do it.
so
Do the
annoying.
splits.
So
Every
annoying. And twice in the last few years it's happened
your
to Maeve in my presence. One at
Were
the
you just
wedding.
laugh
At your
the
wedding.
entire time?
I literally, it makes me laugh so much because I know how annoying it is. I know how frustrated you are, and you're trying to be so nice, and the people are like, "Do a dance." So one was at your wedding, and it was day 2, and you had to do a full hard shoe piece, which I
really enjoyed that
genuinely.
day.
It was so good.
That day was so.
So, I
fun.
enjoyed day
Do
one
you-
as well,
Oh,
but-
you weren't there for the ghost. We were talking about that the other day.
Yeah, there was a ghost.
It was, remember when we were walking back from
the
the
day
bar,
two.
and then we went through the gate, and
Yeah.
I was definitely a ghost flew past us.
Really?
Yes, this guy. But anyway, we were doing the dancing.
So
On
yes,
my-
lots of dancing,
yes.
and it was a hard shoe piece. And I've never heard a harder hard shoe piece because Maeve was furious, absolutely
Beating the ground.
furious, like click. Like I was like, oh, she's gonna kill someone.
Yeah.
She's
Then
gonna
my
kill
poor
someone.
brother had to join
Yeah.
in as well.
He did.
He
He
got
was
the
very
eyes, I think,
He was
from
very
Mum.
good though.
He was very good.
From my mum.
Yeah.
He is very, very
Get
good.
up and
Don't
dance.
leave her on her own. Don't
Get
leave
up
her.
and
Did
dance.
he have hard shoes as well?
No.
How did he?
He
I
did a
felt like
little reel. I think
Yeah.
he did like a little treble reel.
it was lovely.
Number.
And then we
His
went to
Lisa's
Lisa's
Last
Lust
List
List
event.
where basically we need to talk about this again another day. But basically, is that not the wildest event you've ever been to? It's so bizarre, that whole thing. Like amazing. She does such a good job.
Wonderful.
It's so good. But
Yeah.
also, I literally
Such
am.
a like girls' day out. I'm
Yeah,
like,
it is the girls'
hell
day
yeah.
out.
But I'm
Yeah.
literally like
I love how everybody's like had all the drinks, but can still be in bed by 9.
Oh,
I'm like, I
it's
love
the
that
best
for you.
time
That's
of
what we
day.
want.
We need to do that.
I felt a little bit like I was Daniel O'Donnell there.
Yeah.
Because it's like all the lovely ladies, and they're just
they
like,
love you so much.
They're just like, let's get a picture. And I was like, have I made it? Have I made it? Am I
Yeah,
Daniel
you have.
O'Donnell?
Yeah.
Or maybe more Graham Norton.
Okay,
Right.
I'd take
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I'd take that. But yes,
Because he's like an interviewee person.
Yeah.
So we
presenter.
went on stage, and obviously I was on with Maeve, introducing Maeve, and I mentioned that she was
And it all,
a dancer.
Because Lisa was like, and where did it all start? And Mark was like, she was dancing.
I knew what I was
course.
doing.
Yeah,
I
of course
knew what I
you
was
did.
doing.
Lisa's like,
Take the attention off him.
well, you'll get
Yeah.
up and dance, won't you?
Yeah.
And gives you like the mommy
Yeah.
eyes. Like you can't say no to Lisa.
Oh.
Lisa.
And I was like, oh no, I simply couldn't.
No.
Oh, but you will.
Oh no, but you will.
And
And I
then
was
what she
like-
does is she goes out to the audience and
Yeah.
says,
Yeah.
girls, do you all want to see her
Yeah.
do a dance?
Yeah.
And then what are you going to do now? Say no
Nothing.
to the 600 women
Yeah.
in the room?
Yeah.
So what did Maeve do?
I got up,
She got up and did a dance.
Yeah.
pointed my toe.
Pointed your toe.
I actually was quite good.
Good.
I did a hair
even
flick.
if you say
I
so
went
yourself.
full Jean Butler.
You did full Jean.
Yes, we
Did I tell you the
Yes,
following
we did.
weekend we ended up at a wedding with Jean Butler?
Yeah.
Stop it. Did she get up and dance?
No.
That's such a shame. It
No. It was
Put on river dance. Get it off a few drinks. I wouldn't even need drinks. I'd be like, ha ha.
They're just
ha.
like, there's us saying we hate when people ask us
Yeah,
to dance.
yeah.
They're dancers. It's Jean Butler.
Yeah.
Get up and dance.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't she?
I don't know. She's very cool now.
Yeah.
She lives in.
It was a very
France.
cool wedding.
Yeah, very
Oh,
cool.
was it?
Yeah.
Trendy.
Yeah.
Trendy, trendy, cool. Trendy,
And
cool.
artsy.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But
This
yes.
was Jean Butler.
Anyway,
love
did
it
you enjoy
anyway.
joining us on Glow
I
Home?
did. I loved
Will you come
it.
back to
I
us
want
again?
To come back.
Yeah, great. Maybe next time with Prosecco.
Yeah.
Oh, with the drinks.
Champagne.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
All the champagne
Palomas?
next time.
Oh, maybe with little salty rims on the glasses.
yeah.
Fruit. Let's put them to good use.
Oh.
Well,
Margaritas.
we love margarita. We never
Just
say no.
all of the drinks.
Yeah.
We could just go through all of the drinks.
We could do a
and
taste
drinks
test.
for each section.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the chaos? Let's do it.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Late
That'll
night.
go viral. That'll go viral.
snaps.
Well, guys, thank you so much for
Thank you
joining us
so
on
much.
the
I
Glow
know.
Home.
Just everywhere.
We will be back again next week. We actually have a little bonus episode coming up
Yeah.
for you shortly. And obviously, make sure that you subscribe and follow us on anywhere that you watch or listen to your podcast.
Well, you could watch us as well.
You can watch us
On YouTube.
or
Yeah.
wherever else that the people
very
watch the
sophisticated.
things.
Good.
But yeah, thank you so much for coming, Maeve.
Thank
And we'll have you back
you.
again very soon.
Follow me.
Follow Maeve.
Oh, sorry, we
I
should
don't
do
post
this.
content, just
We should-
follow me.
What is it for
Follow
people?
Maeve. Just post that thing. Follow her just for stories.
That's the best part.
I agree.
What
the
is
best
your
part.
handle? Just so that if
Maeve
people.
_Madden.
I
There you
mean,
go.
if you don't
Yeah.
know,
I know,
you should
but
know.
you should.
But yes, and
Joke.
follow us.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Follow us
Yeah.
too.
Follow us,
Follow us.
please. Thank you.
Queenstone Quit and buy the clothes. Anything else?
Subscribe to Queens Don't Quit. Great work, kids. Anything else we're selling this week? Paul's going to launch a DIY line. Don't know what it is.
Yeah, don't know. No, I'm not. I'm not.
Idea.
It is,
What are
isn't
you
it?
doing?
Oh, sorry, nothing.
Nothing.
I'm doing
He's too
enough.
busy.
Doing enough.
Everything.
Too busy.
Everything.
Well, listen, guys. See you next week.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.